Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. I'm the Gray Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Sunday, May 14th, 2023. Mercury has station direct. Let's see what's going on in the cards. Can I please get the first 5 cards in our 5-card spread? First card coming through today is, we love this, Mercury station direct. Did I stutter? The cards are certainly supporting that energy right now. We're seeing that here with our first card coming through as the Chariot energy. We love this. Things are moving forward today. Things are moving forward in a direct fashion, but even more so than this, we love this because this is a card that speaks very frequently around unified energies. So not only are you going to find some easement in terms of getting the things that you're trying to get done today done, but you're also going to feel like you have a lot of support of the energies around you in the process. Let's continue to get clarity on the next cards today. This one's actually already on the table. Next card is the card of the day in the same direction, which is the Hierophant in its reversal. So this is very intriguing energy because what we're really seeing here is not only are there a lot of things moving forward today, feeling like you're getting a lot of things done, feeling like things are moving in the right direction, feeling the energy of the unified energies that you are pulling around you at this time that are helping you accomplish your goals, but it's also requiring you to take some unconventional approaches. Some of these directions that you're going into right now, you may be finding a lot of points of success, not necessarily doing things the way you typically would, which makes a lot of sense because we've also been seeing in our cards of the day that with the cycles that have been closing out, you have been making different choices now that are leading to different results. This could also be speaking about breaking away from anything that you feel has been constraining you or confining you. This could have to be moving away from old contracts in order to find places of more success. Continuing, the next card we have, the center card, thank you for the gift, in our 5-card spread for today is, we have here the 10 of Pentacles in its reversal. So this is feeling a little bit intriguing because while there is, this is very interesting. What we're really seeing here, you are moving forward right now, and you are moving forward. You're finding a path of success right now, specifically especially in the spaces and places that you are taking some unconventional approaches for yourself. Why? Because again, with this 10 of Pentacles in its reversal, we see that there is some feeling that the situation or circumstances around you right now, in your immediate social environment, in your immediate social circle, they're requiring you to do so. That some of the ways that you typically would have done things, you're now appreciating, simply don't work anymore. The world is much more chaotic at the moment that you're typically expecting, maybe even experiencing some of this in your immediate sphere of influence, feeling some of this this chaos energy, looking around at some things that you're observing are no longer working the way they typically would, but you're not letting it block you. You're not letting it stop you at this moment. Instead, you are allowing it to help you pivot, to take these new approaches for yourself, to take these unconventional paths, because you're finding that there is a path of success even through some of the chaos that you may be currently experiencing. Moving away from that chaos as you proceed. Next card in our 5-card spread right now is King of Swords in its reversal. This is going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For masculine right now, there is a feeling that while you are very committed to the path that you are trying to set for yourself right now, it is requiring you to have to make some different choices, to break some from poison of convention, maybe even break contracts or associations right now with anything you would feel is creating some sense of imbalance or chaos in your current life. Because something about the situation around you right now is actually making you feel extremely disempowered. It's robbing you of confidence. It's almost like a lot of that external energy is taking a toll on you, but you're not letting yourself stay in that spot. We saw this very heavily in the daily collective read yesterday with masculine energy, having to recognize that there's something that they need to break free of right now so that they can get in better alignment with what they are truly hoping to achieve. Masculine, we see that you're trying to do that right now. We see, again, much like yesterday, that direction, that approach, that drive to what you're trying to go towards right now is very clear. And the specific, and you're moving out of it as quickly as you can, because something about your immediate situation, the chaos in it, the situations, the circumstances that are causing chaos in your life, you're realizing and recognizing how it's not putting you in a place of power. It's making you feel discouraged. It's making you feel disempowered. It's robbing you of confidence. And that's why you're just moving away from them with these unconventional approaches, and you're not looking back. While for feminine right now, what we're really seeing is this is a moment that you are moving forward. You see that unified energy around you. You're heading in the right direction. You're breaking out of some conventional logic, some conventional thinking, moving into some unconventional approaches for things, specifically because you've experienced situations and circumstances around you right now that have been feeling like they were causing chaos, that you're moving away from those things that were causing these disruption points in your life, moving away from those circumstances that were not aligning in your favor, and potentially with a lot of concentration right now on some energy that is not coming forward in as confident a way as you might desire. With this King of Swords in its reversal for feminine right now, this is the feeling of some of the energy that you may be moving away from right now, because we see here the feminine is feeling a lot of the energy that is unified around her right now, and feeling that there is something about this unconventional approach that's moving her in that direction, but still with a lot of thoughts on some of those situations or circumstances were causing issues for her, and a lot of concentration, particularly on a specific manifestation of masculine, that there are a lot of thoughts directed on, and feeling basically that there is something about this energy where it cannot come forward with the amount of determination that they would desire, with the amount of confidence, maybe even feeling some experiences of fickleness around this energy or a lack of motivation. And that is not necessarily stopping the feminine. So this is very much aligned with the daily collective that we saw yesterday, because feminine is not necessarily feeling as bothered around the masculine energy right now, just proceeding forward regardless of where they're finding that energy. Final card for the first 5 cards of our spread before we start getting some clarification. Next card in the 5-card spread is Hermit. Makes a lot of sense. So we are seeing that there is something here that even while the masculine and feminine energy right now is realizing and seeing the path forward and experiencing some of that additional energy to move forward right now with some unified energy that is also moving in that direction with them right now, there is something in this moment that feels very isolating, but in a positive way. That there is something here about claiming one's own ability to find comfort, to find insight in this act of solitude, having these moments of solitude right now, potentially even getting a lot accomplished right now in those points of solitude, and not necessarily being bothered by it. Feeling in a way that something about this energy is actually propelling you forward in this moment, with other energies that also potentially appreciate your own need or degree to have some time on your own. For masculine right now, what we're really seeing, now again, this is going to hit a little different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now. For masculine energy, what we're really seeing here in this moment is, while yes, masculine, you are feeling disempowered to some degree, you're putting a lot of attention right now in the situations and circumstances around you that you feel are robbing you of your own power or ability to act and move in the way that you would ideally desire, or maybe even robbing you of your own confidence to do so. You are taking unconventional approaches right now so that you can move away from these circumstances. And some of this is still requiring you to isolate yourself to a certain degree, but you're making a lot of impact. You're getting a lot of insight in that time of solitude in terms of focusing on your ultimate destination and the direction that you want to move into from this point going forward. While for feminine right now, as we mentioned, you're moving forward right now. You are recognizing that you have to take some unconventional approaches. You are moving potentially away from some circumstances and situations that you feel were causing chaos instead of order in your life, potentially even with a lot of consideration towards a manifestation of masculine that you may be feeling did not come forward as confidently, or consistently as you would desire, but you're not letting that connection block you right now. Instead, you are going inwards. You're finding the insight, the power, the drive in that time of internal solitude to really move things along for yourself in this moment. Let's start to get some clarification on these cards right now. Clarification between our Chariot energy in combination with the Hierophant in its reversal. So being able to move forward right now, really using today to try to get some things accomplished, moving in the direction that you feel is towards your highest timeline and your highest aspirations, even though it may be requiring you to take some unconventional approaches, maybe even breaking free from some constraining contracts or associations that are not necessarily feeling like they are in alignment with you at this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with the Two of Pentacles in its reversal, which we actually pulled as a card of the day very recently. You are focusing right now on what your priorities are. There is an understanding that you recognize that you can balance a lot of different priorities, but there's almost something here about being able right now and maybe even having to look at some choices that you need to make right now, or some of the obligations that you've been carrying up until this moment, and really saying to yourself and looking to a certain degree and asking yourself, what is showing the ability for me to really move forward in a big way right now, versus what may be feeling more blocked, a little less certain, not really feeling like there's as much commitment coming through in these other opportunities right now. And it is that point of view that is helping you isolate what you are going to carry forward with in a tangible way at the moment. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Hierophant in its reversal in combination with the Ten of Pentacles in its reversal. So a feeling right now of having to take unconventional approaches, maybe even feeling like there are some contracts that you're moving out of right now, or feeling that there are some commitments that you're breaking free from, but specifically anything that is creating moving away from anything that is causing more difficulty in your life than easement, putting a lot of assessment right now in what is creating disorder instead of order, and letting that guide you in terms of the unconventional approaches that you are taking at this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with Knight of Swords in its reversal. I mean, like, it's the same energy. It is exactly the same energy. It is going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. This is the same exact message as this. It's doubling down the message, basically, because for masculine, what we're really seeing here is there is an observation right now of feeling like there are some situations or circumstances that you are trying to free yourself from that are creating disruption points in your life. They're not leading you to the productivity that you may have hoped. These may even have been commitments that you made with the expectation that they were going to lead to better outcomes for you. Recognizing now that there may have been something that did not necessarily yield the results that you were hoping for. And it's this moment that is causing you to feel some lack of confidence right now, feeling you pulling away from these things, feeling yourself retreating from some of these commitments that you made, specifically because you feel like they're not yielding the results that you were truly anticipating or hoping for. And some of this is kind of like moving away from them very quickly, maybe even having like some of this like anxiety around them in the process. While for feminine right now, this is simply a moment. Again, moving and taking unconventional approaches for yourself right now, specifically because you've experienced some sense of closure right now that you've felt around some energy that was potentially directed towards a manifestation of masculine that you felt wasn't or isn't coming forward in a consistent fashion, maybe feeling like this energy has a lack of confidence and a lack of drive or a lack of assertiveness when it comes to trying to build the connections with you right now, and feeling that you want to move away from that right now or break free from that because you're experiencing the fact that it doesn't seem like it's in alignment with creating that sense of ordered productivity that you would ideally desire in your life at this moment. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Ten of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with the King of Swords in its reversal. For masculine right now, really feeling a lot of some potentially could be feeling like chaos that's currently happening in your immediate sphere of influence, in your immediate life, trying to address some things in your own life right now that feel like are not working as productively as you may have anticipated or desired, and feeling like they are potentially robbing you of your own ability to act or function accordingly, feeling disempowered as you try to juggle through some of this chaos. While for feminine right now, this is a recognition point of feeling some frustration around the chaos it creates in your own life when there is a manifestation of masculine that is not coming forward in a consistent fashion. Putting a lot of observation on the association between some of this chaotic energy that you're moving away from and the type of manifestation that comes through in this way, that isn't able to be consistent, that isn't able to have a plan, that isn't able to be able to show up in a way that feels like it is confident and empowered, is creating some of this frustration or chaos for you, or has. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now. Again, for feminine, not bothered. Not bothered. What do I keep saying? Not bothered by the fact that the masculine isn't coming forward this way, because it is observing. This is a moment for feminine that's recognizing and saying, you know what? I'm not going to necessarily chase after a masculine that's coming forward in this capacity that isn't showing me an ability to come forward in a consistent way, because you recognize, especially potentially from past experiences, that energy just creates more chaos than order, that it does not lead to anything productive. It just creates more chaos. So what's feminine doing in the face of this? Concentrating on her own self, concentrating on her own sense of comfort, building that productive, calm, peaceful environment for herself, unbothered, and even in the face of a masculine energy that their thoughts or actions may be directed towards right now, feeling that they're not coming forward as consistently as they would desire. While for masculine right now, this is a moment of a lot of going inwards, specifically as you are feeling some of the chaos that is around you right now, feeling frustrated that something about your outside immediate sphere of influence is feeling more difficult to handle, is feeling more chaotic, is leaving you feeling disempowered. And this is actually making you effectively retreat to yourself, trying to create some point of comfort specifically for yourself in this moment. Maybe even putting a lot of effort or energy today in your own home or your immediate space, masculine, because you just don't have the spoons. You don't have the emotional spoons. You don't have the drive today. You don't even have the drive today to handle some of the chaos that's around you right now. You're observing it. You're seeing the fact that you know that you need to do something about it, but you're just kind of you're literally using today as like your ideal Sunday day of rest and saying, I'm going to put it off for tomorrow and I'm just going to try to enjoy my own space at this moment going forward. And that would lead us to this hermit energy that we just saw. Getting clarification right now between our King of Swords in its reversal in combination with the Hermit card. So for feminine right now, again, a lot of thoughts and attention right now potentially directed towards a manifestation of masculine that you feel isn't able to come forward in as consistent or strong a fashion as you would ideally desire, but not necessarily letting it bother you, just using it instead as a moment of finding that enjoyment in solitude, going inward for yourself, and being able to find some deep comfort and clarity and insight in those moments of solitude. While for masculine right now, you are going into a moment of solitude because you simply are exhausted. You are simply at a point where you are feeling exhausted. You don't got the energy today. You just want to relax. You're feeling honestly though, you're telling yourself that you're exhausted, but some of this has to do with, again, some of the feeling masculine that you're having right now of feeling somewhat disempowered due to some outside situations occurring in your immediate life at this moment that creating some chaos that you don't want to necessarily address or deal with today. May I please have one card to clarify? May I please have one card to clarify? Oh, Jesus. Leading up to a Two of Cups in its reversal. There's some issues with partnership right now. There's some issues with partnership. There's some partnerships that aren't necessarily either like tangibly able to be together right now. This could be a tangible inability to be together today, right now. Or this could be something that is addressing a deeper level of problems around some partnerships right now. For masculine, this is actually pointing out that the masculine energy right now is feeling very uncertain as it relates to some partnerships right now, feeling the chaos of some partnerships. Doesn't necessarily need to be romantic, but definitely can be. But any partnerships in their life that are feeling that they are misaligned, they are not giving equal give and take, there is this point of addressing right now. Masculine recognizes that this is something that needs to be attended to. Isn't really feeling the confidence to do so exactly at this moment right now, but instead is turning inwards. While for feminine right now, this is a moment of feeling some attention directed right now towards a manifestation of masculine that you just don't feel like is coming forward in as consistent or direct a fashion as you may desire. You're not necessarily seeing the plan there, or feeling kind of having some uncertainty around this energy. You're feeling a lot about the concerns around the partnership itself at this moment, but not bothered, nonplussed. Why? Because you're going on that inward journey for yourself right now, just saying, I'm going to find comfort in my own solitude, even in the face of some partnership issues that need to be potentially addressed around, associated with masculine energy that may not necessarily be feeling like it's coming forward to, like, with either from a point of ability or choice, right? Either this is someone who's lacking the ability to come forward in this way right now, or the choice. And even though you're not necessarily being bothered by it, feminine, you're just kind of building that point of enjoyment for yourself at this moment as well. Let's get some clarity as we continue between our Two of Pentacles in its reversal, in combination with our Knight of Swords in its reversal. So much Knight energy, so much sword energy right now in its reversal. For masculine right now, this is a very intriguing moment because, again, you are feeling some point of exhaustion in juggling too many priorities. You may even be deciding right now to put some priority down, but a lot of this is coming from a lack of confidence. You are feeling that energetic drain, if you will. You're feeling like you are kind of robbed of the ability to be able to balance all of these different things at this moment, and that is in a way forcing you right now to isolate on your own priorities as you go forward from this moment. While for feminine right now, this is a moment where you are making a priority. You are choosing to put some burdens down, specifically because you are putting some attention right now on a manifestation of masculine that you are concerned is showing some lack of ability to come forward in a consistent, direct way. But that's also helping you focus on your choices going forward. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming with, oh my goodness, coming with our Eight of Wands. We're not out of the retrograde yet, are we? We still got a few hours. What's happening? Lack of communication, lack of plans. Lack of communication, lack of plans. For feminine right now, this is that moment of saying, I'm not going to be bothered. I'm not going to keep a priority or deal with having to do all the work around a masculine energy that isn't showing a degree of ability to come forward and have this communication with me, make these plans, experiencing this point of blockage right now and kind of letting it make your choice up or make your mind up in terms of what your priorities are going to be going forward. You're just not necessarily feminine is not in a space where they feel like entertaining any type of wish-washy energy right now. They're not bothered by it either, like quite to the contrary. While for masculine right now, there is a moment that you are feeling at a point of exhaustion right now, that there's something that is preventing you from coming forward in the capacity that you would desire. And that is requiring you to recognize that you need to put some priorities down, because there's something here that's creating huge communication blocks, huge blocks in your ability to plan, huge blocks even in your ability to potentially travel right now. Something is happening right now in your life, masculine, that you are recognizing you just simply can't do anymore because it's taking too much of a toll on anything, on your ability to be productive in many different ways. And it's robbing you of your own confidence as you try to, feeling unsuccessfully, balance these priorities. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Knight of Swords in its reversal in combination with the Nine of Pentacles. So for masculine right now, this is really a moment where you are feeling that drain. You are feeling that point of exhaustion. You are feeling, in a way, like this is a point of feeling a bit just like exasperation point. And letting that kind of translate in you, again, turning in on yourself, putting your energy in your immediate space. For masculine energy, there could be a lot of like hobbying around the house today. This is giving a lot of just like puttering energy, if you will, because you just don't have the drive today to move forward on these things because of some of this frustration. While for feminine right now, this is getting clarity on a feeling that there is a masculine right now that either by the situation that they find themselves in or their own lack of consistency, they are not able to come towards you in as direct a fashion as you would ideally like, but not necessarily letting yourself feeling too bothered about it. Just putting your own sense of attention again on your own space, on your own sense of care, on what you're creating for yourself at this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification. Coming with our Queen of Pentacles. Our Queen of Pentacles. What did we say? For feminine, as we mentioned, this is feminine saying, it's okay. I'm not bothered by it. I'm not bothered by where I'm finding the masculine energy right now. Why? Because I'm just concentrating on myself. Feminine's concentrating on her immediate environment. She's concentrating on what she's creating for herself. She's putting all of her attention on what she is building for herself, building this sense of stability for herself in this moment. While for masculine right now, there is this moment that you are feeling somewhat disempowered in order of taking action in some way, but you're putting a lot of attention on your own immediate space, but your direction is very much focused on a manifestation of feminine that you recognize and see this ability to ground in. You see the fact that this energy is building something stable for themselves. You see the fact that this energy has this point of stability within themselves right now that they are able to maintain, and you are potentially even feeling some point of reflecting that, trying to create it for yourself in this moment, even while you recognize that something about your ability to go towards this feminine energy right now that is in this point of stability is blocked. There could even be feelings right now of like some sense of uncertainty right now of the masculine energy being able to approach this energy right now, but instead turning the attention on their own personal comfort at this moment. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Cups in its reversal. So an attention right now, a lot of heavy focus on one's immediate space, on one's immediate environment, creating as comfortable a space and environment for yourself at this moment as you can, even while there is some attention being paid to some partnership energy that is not necessarily in full union. This could be something that is immediately actually blocking you from being in partnership right now, tangibly, or it could be a lot of attention right now towards some partnership energy that you feel is not in a point of equality or connection. Not letting it bother you, though, as you put this concentration in your immediate space and environment. May I please have one card to clarify? Two cards coming out to clarify right now. Oh, clarification. Oh my God, this reading just got goofy. Clarification coming through right now with our Seven of Cups in combination with our Knight of Wands. So what are we seeing here? So this is intriguing, right? And it's going to be different for masculine and feminine. Oh my gosh, how do I even begin to explain this? Okay. So for masculine energy right now, we do see that there is something about your own ability to come forward in some way right now, potentially with a lot of attention towards a manifestation of feminine that you feel is created this sense of stability for themselves, is in this point of stability. You're working a lot on your own immediate environment right now, but with attention to some of this block in partnership. However, you yourself are recognizing that there is something here, masculine, about your own ability to drive forward in communication, blocking yourself by having too many options on the table. That there's something here where you are potentially feeling the frustration right now of wanting to drive forward in a passionate way, but almost feeling somewhat blocked, somewhat uncertain in terms of which direction to actually go into right now, because you're not necessarily finding that internal sense of what it is that you are truly after right now. This is what is creating some of the issues right now as it relates to the partnership energy. Some of it is coming from a point of a disillusionment or uncertainty or confusion in terms of which way to best proceed at this moment. Though you are recognizing that there is something that requires a degree of your community, like feeling that passionate energy right now, feeling that desire to communicate, feeling that desire to push forward on the projects, but almost like stopping yourself before you can start because you're just not sure where to put the energy. While for feminine right now, there is a moment that your concentration is very heavily right now on yourself, on creating yourself a comfortable environment for yourself right now. That you're recognizing that there is some partnership energy that isn't necessarily matching right now, or there's some tangible or immediate space that you cannot be in partnership at this moment. Why is feminine not stressing about it? Because feminine has, and I'm going to say it, either this is a singular manifestation of masculine, or for some of the feminines, this is a multiple manifestation, more than one manifestation of masculine. For some of the feminine right now, even though you're feeling this point of recognizing that your manifestation of masculine cannot come towards you right now with the degree that you would like, that there's something that is disempowering their ability to do so. You do feel that there is that passion. You do feel that there is that communication, that this isn't from a lack of passion around this energy. It's a lack of ability right now. And that in itself is where you're still feeling a connection to this energy, but you really are feeling a little bit of confusion as it relates to like what to do with this connection, because of clearly something that is blocking the ability to come forward. While for some manifestations of feminine right now, this is this moment where you are feeling a point of comfort for yourself, even around some blocked partnership energy, specifically because, baby, this energy has options, that there's manifestation of masculine right now that's coming forward with a lot of possibility, with a lot of passion, and even like there being a lot of options potentially around this type of energy coming forward in this space, which is why feminine isn't this other manifestation of feminine. If you're in this part of the collective, you're not feeling that bothered. You're like, it's okay. There's options. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Eight of Wands in its reversal in combination with our Queen of Pentacles. So for feminine right now, feeling some direct immediate feeling or frustration of some plans that aren't coming through, or some inability of communication that's not coming through. But even in the wake of that not coming through, we see feminine just sitting pretty, concentrating on your own sense of stability right now, regardless of whether or not the communication is coming in or the plans are coming through in the way you would desire. Feminine's just turning on and building this point of stability for herself, regardless of that. While for masculine right now, this could be a moment of feeling some blocked communication, some blocked planning, even some inability right now to make plans right now towards a manifestation of feminine that a lot of your concentration is on right now, that you recognize is at this point of stability. Having to experience a lot of attention towards this energy, but feeling absolutely blocked in order to do anything about it at this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? The Fool. So for masculine, this is requiring a new approach. There's something here that masculine is like, I need to do something in a completely different way. I need to take a different approach. Something here is not functionally working. Something here is blocking my ability to reach this manifestation of feminine I see in this point of stability right now. Masculine is using this blockage to literally, like I said, take an unconventional approach, break free of things that are blocking them right now, trying something new, starting new journeys for themselves in order to be able to access this energy in a more consistent fashion. While for feminine right now, feminine is in a space where feminine's just like, it's fine. I'm going to continue to build for myself right now, because for feminine, this ability to put this stability for themselves right now is the new opportunity. It is the new journey. This is what they're reaching a new point on. That this journey right now into the self and creating this point of stability for the self right now for feminine does feel like a new adventure for themselves. And they're kind of like operating in a way, like feeling very like good being solo, if you will. Like even if the partnerships aren't where they are, feminine's like, it's okay because my stability's coming from myself right now and I'm going to be fine. Because even if I move forward into things I'm not necessarily sure what the plans look like, it's not threatening my stability, because here it is. Feminine has her stability even in the face of the unknown. Love this. Love coming out of this retrograde in this way. Continuing to get clarity on these cards right now between our Queen of Pentacles in combination, my babies, in combination with the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So this is the thing. For masculine and feminine right now, we see, and this is going to be a bit different depending on how you align to this energy, bearing in mind it's not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For feminine right now, this is having some attention right now towards a masculine energy. That you feel that there is communication, that there is passion, that you're experiencing the possibilities here. But in a way, not necessarily even being sure what's going to happen around this energy, just feeling the connection, feeling a little bewildered on like what it's actually going to take shape on and what that opportunity is, and also kind of keeping your options open right now, even in the face of feeling that connection to this energy around you at this point. Maybe even feeling like this could come from multiple different spaces right now. Or, as we said, for some of the manifestations of feminine here, this is a single manifestation of masculine who is maybe not feeling as empowered to be able to come towards you right now, but you're still feeling that passion and communication from. While for masculine right now, there is a lot of attention towards this single manifestation of feminine that you feel has built this their own sense of stability and security around themselves right now. But while you want to drive forward towards them right now, feeling like there is some uncertainty, there is some blockage point, having all of this passion for it, but not necessarily being sure how to bring it forth towards the feminine in this moment, and feeling almost blocked in your ability to express because you're not sure how to express or how to move forward on it. May I please have one card to clarify? Got this in yesterday's reading too, folks. Time is on my side. Time is on my side. What are we seeing here? For feminine and masculine, there is a feeling right now of not necessarily feeling like this is something that needs to be rushed. That's why feminine is feeling so confident in just putting this attention on their own sense of stability at this moment. Because while they're feeling some of the energy right now of the masculine passion, of the communication, not necessarily, also operating from a space of feminine feeling like she's not necessarily sure if this is the type of energy she wants in this way, feeling like there is some disillusionment, there is some uncertainty in terms of like what this will look like and whether this is going to be what she is ideally wanting right now. She's kind of waiting for masculine's lead to show her if it's going to be the case, but she's willing to be patient to find out along the way. She's feminine may even be feeling right now like that communication isn't here, but she feels like it's coming. Curious, unsure how it will come. She's willing to be patient. She's willing to wait because this feminine's sitting pretty in their own sense of stability for themselves. While for masculine energy right now, there is a feeling like you would really like to drive forward towards this feminine energy. You see them in this point of stability. You see them in this point of security. It's looking very appealing. Your mind is kind of spinning out on all of the possibilities that may be around this energy right now, but in a way you're kind of blocked because of your own uncertainty in terms of what to come forward with at this moment. And that is also kind of telling you to take your time at this moment. Continuing to get clarification, the final two cards in our spread between the Fool card and the Temperance card. So a feeling of new opportunities, new possibilities, new cycles opening up, going into some things right now with some uncertainty, but trusting in that process, allowing yourself to take that leap of faith at this moment, specifically because we see that both for feminine and masculine energy right now, there is a feeling of protection. There is a feeling of divine timing taking root, and being willing to wait for the time to be right, even as you embark on this new journey. May I please have one card to clarify? Strength card in its reversal. So even while, and this is where we're seeing it, even while there is this moment of embarking into the unknown, having the faith, putting your faith in the unknown, trusting in the process, trusting in the fact, giving yourself patience on this process, it does make you feel a bit vulnerable. It does feel a bit triggering. We're seeing that this vulnerability is coming through a lot more for the masculine energy right now. For the masculine energy, this vulnerability is literally robbing you of your own ability to act right now in the face of the vulnerability that you feel with the uncertainty at this moment. But again, trusting in the process that your confidence will return to you. While for feminine, this is a moment that this process, you are taking that leap of faith. You are willing to be patient. You are feeling very vulnerable about the energy around you. You're feeling very vulnerable around whether the energy is going to be aligned towards you right now, which is why we see you taking this journey more for yourself in this moment and building this point of stability within yourself, even in the face of some of this energy that you're kind of waiting for. You're kind of waiting to come forward to, in a way, we're almost seeing here for some of the feminines, like almost feeling like putting their money where their mouth is. Waiting for masculine to see if they can put their money where their mouth is, or if the masculine energy is going to come forward in a moment that they're either feeling like they're tangibly unable to, or they're not seeing them doing so. Bottom of the deck on today's reading is, this is some of that reminiscent retrograde energy just sweeping up the floor with us before it goes out the window, which is there is a feeling right now as it relates to some situations or circumstances that are still open-ended that require some point of resolution. We see that here. We see that with this 10 card in its reversal. There's something that was creating or has created some chaos in your life right now for both masculine and feminine. For feminine, there's a lot more of association around the manifestation of masculine that may be associated to this. While for masculine, this is something that you feel needs to be addressed in your own life right now. And there's a feeling for both energies that something is not resolve. Something needs a point of closure. Reminder that closure, whether that closure is something that needs to be built internally right now, or if it's something that tangibly is something that you need to get some kind of external closure on, both masculine and feminine energy have even in this moment of either for feminine concentrating on their own selves right now, for masculine feeling a bit of this uncertainty in terms of how to move forward. There is, and kind of retreating in this moment to build that point of comfort for themselves. There is this feeling of something that needs to be addressed. Like it is hanging over the heads of both masculine and feminine. It is the elephant in the room right now for both masculine and feminine, even as both work in this moment of solitude on their own sense of stability. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it with me. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my website, graystrega.com. Please keep in mind when you book a private reading, it is a 2-step process. You have to book the reading on my site and you have to pay for the reading on my site. They're 2 separate buttons, but please make sure you hit both if you would like to have a reading. My readings are done over video with the option of a recording sent to you afterwards. And if you are a subscriber to my TikTok channel, you can take 10% off any of my services when you pay. Just mention your TikTok subscriber name at the point of payment. Also, I'm going to remind you, as I do every day, that I will never, ever, 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 ever cuckoo clock for confirmation, reach out to you for a private reading. I will never PM you. I will never DM you. I will never tell you I have a very, very, very important message and I need you to reach out to me. I will never do that. That's not me. Please be safe. I want to thank you. The only way to book a reading with me is through my website. I want to thank you guys so much for sharing this reading with me today, and we will do this again tomorrow.